2024 was a spectacular year for historical TV shows, with Shogun highlighting to the world just how successful a well-produced historical epic could be, with the series winning much critical and commercial acclaim. And 2025 seems set to accelerate this growing trend of high-budget and high-quality historical TV shows even further. And in this video, I will give you my recommendations of the top 10 historical TV shows getting released in 2025 and beyond. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel, History Spark. At number 10, there is an upcoming mini-series getting released based around Robin Hood, and this series will star the legendary actor Sean Bean as the Sheriff of Nottingham. Jack Patton will portray Robin Hood, and Lauren McQueen will play the role of Marion. MGM Plus will be producing this series, and production kicked off in January of 2025. Robin Hood will be a 10-episode miniseries and will have two parallel stories being told, one of Robin forming his crew of merry men, and a second that follows Miriam and the court politics that are taking place in the court of King John. Michael Sarnowski will also be directing and producing this miniseries, and he has confirmed that this historical TV show will be a more grounded and darker retelling of Robin Hood's story. So this series does look really interesting, and we have no confirmed release date as of yet, but as I find out more about this upcoming series on Robin Hood, I'll be sure to keep you all updated. At number 9, it is the 3 Memoirs of Hadrian, an upcoming historical TV show based off of the Memoirs of Hadrian novel by Marguerite Yourcenar. And this epic series will tell the story of Roman Emperor Hadrian from his childhood to his eventual death and all the fascinating events that occurred in between. Very little information is available for the 3 Memoirs of Hadrian at the moment, but it has been confirmed that Strega Prize winner Francesco Piccolo will be creating the script for this show, and that Andrea Ervolino and Monica Baccarat are set to produce this show. Hadrian is one of Rome's greatest emperors, and I'm glad we are finally getting a TV show dedicated to his life, and hopefully we will be getting more updates about this upcoming series throughout the year. At number 7, it is A Day of Fire, an upcoming historical miniseries set in ancient Rome, centered around the eruption of Mount Vesuvius and the destruction of Pompeii. This upcoming series will be based on the book A Day of Fire, a novel of Pompeii. And this book is really unique because it was written by 6 authors. The plot for A Day of Fire will explore the lives of Pompeii's citizens from all walks of society leading up to the disaster. The show is being developed by Michael Hurst, the producer of the hit historical TV show Vikings and The Tudors, and his son Horatio Hurst. Also, Amazon is teaming up with Scott Free Studios for this production, and there is also a possibility that Ridley Scott may be involved in this highly anticipated project as well. I'm always excited to take a trip back to ancient Rome, and I really hope that Amazon does a much better job on this show than its previous foray into ancient Roman history with Those About to Die. At number 6, it is the upcoming Mel Gibson directed and produced series that will be focusing on the Great Siege of Malta that took place in the year 1565. The Great Siege of Malta saw a small contingent of knights and Maltese citizens heroically repel an Ottoman force which was vastly superior in number and firepower. Again, there isn't much known about this series at the moment except that it will be a mini-series, and that the series is still in very early stages of development, as the script for this show hasn't even been completed yet. Mel Gibson has confirmed that a screenwriter has been found for this show, and that he will definitely be producing this series, but he is unsure as of yet if he will be starring in this upcoming epic historical drama based around the Great Siege of Malta. But as I find out more about this Mel Gibson produced show, I'll be sure to let you all know. At number 5, it is the Outlander prequel series that started development just this year, and this new series will be called Outlander Blood of My Blood, and it will tell the story of Jamie Fraser's parents and depict the life of Claire's parents as well, showing the origin story of both primary characters' parents in the prequel, with one timeline being set in 18th century Scotland and a second timeline being set during World War I England. We also have confirmation regarding the leads of this show, with Harriet Slater and Jamie Roy portraying Jamie's parents, and Hermione Corfield and Jeremy Irvin playing the role of Claire's parents. That's pretty much all the information we have about Outlander Blood of My Blood at this point, but it definitely looks like a series with some great potential, and if you enjoyed Outlander, I am sure you will enjoy this prequel series as well. At number 4, it is Rise of the Raven, an upcoming medieval war drama which focuses on the life of János Hunyadi, a Hungarian general who was a bane to the Ottoman Empire and won several victories over their much more powerful and larger army. Rise of the Raven will be a 10-episode miniseries produced by Beta Studios, and it is being directed by Robert Lantos, a Hungarian and Canadian filmmaker. Rise of the Raven had its pilot episode screened at the Cannes Festival last year, and early impressions have been great, with the series currently having an 8 out of 10 score on IMDb right now. I am hoping that since this series has completed production and already received positive feedback for its first episode, that the rest of this 10-part series will make its way to the UK and other parts of the world in some point in 2025. At number 3, it is Chief of War, another upcoming historical miniseries, but this show has perhaps the most interesting and unique premise on this list. The primary plot for Chief of War is based around the efforts of the indigenous people of Hawaii fighting back against colonization, with one war chief in particular known as King Kamehameha using a wide manner of brutal and bloody tactics to unify the warring tribes of Hawaii. This miniseries will star Jason Momoa as the lead for the show, and he will play the role of Kana, one of King Kamehameha's most fierce and powerful opponents. Chief of War will be an Apple TV exclusive and will be a total of 9 episodes, and it just recently got confirmed just last week that this series will be getting released to Apple TV in August of this year, so it's definitely a show that I cannot wait to watch in the summer of 2025. The second spot on this list goes to King and Conqueror, an upcoming historical TV show based around the Battle of Hastings, in which William of Normandy and Harold of Wessex have one of the most important battles of the medieval era. King and Conqueror will be a 4-episode miniseries, and it will have some top-tier talent leading the cast, with James Norton confirmed to be playing the role of Harold of Wessex and Nicolaj Coster-Waldau depicting William the Conqueror. Production for this show has already completed, so an early 2025 release date does seem quite probable, and it will be airing exclusively on BBC One and BBC iPlayer in the UK, with Paramount handling international distribution. So King and Conqueror definitely looks like a great new historical TV show, and I can't wait to watch it when it gets released at some point this year. The top spot on this list goes to Spartacus, House of Ashur, which looks absolutely amazing and is very reminiscent of the first season of Spartacus. This spin-off series will follow the story of Ashur being portrayed by Nick Terabay once again in an alternate timeline where he survived the events from the original series, and he has established his own gladiator school, and he will have to navigate the dangerous politics of Rome while also simultaneously training a new generation of deadly warriors. The cast will star Outlander star Graham McTavish and new up-and-coming stars like Ivana Beccaro, Tanika Davis, and Claudia Black. It's also been confirmed that Lucy Lawless will be making a cameo appearance within the show as well. We've also found out that this series will be getting released to the US in the autumn of 2025, but the release window for the UK and other parts of the world are still unknown, as no international distributor has picked up the rights for the show yet. But if you haven't seen Spartacus yet, then I highly recommend you watch it so you can be ready for Spartacus House of Ashur to get released later on this year. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my list of the top 10 upcoming historical TV shows of 2025 and 2026, and if there are any other great historical shows I may have missed out on. And as always, if you want to stay up to date with everything happening in the historical world, subscribe to my channel History Spark, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.